PD. Pencils down. PD in it. We're PD in it. PD time.
Down.
PD time, baby.
PD.
Just us today. How about that?
That's 2 rambles in a row without Cody.
Someone doing some day baseball. Someone day baseballing it.
Someone rather go to day baseball than podcast.
That hurts.
That hurts.
I mean, we're only human, Eddie, to say that it hurts, right?
Yeah.
It's only human. It's only human to admit that hurts. It's only human.
I've noticed myself a lot since I've grown this mustache that I keep doing that facial expression a lot.
You're selling the mustache.
I do a lot of smirk. You smirk naturally,
right? You just
with the mustache.
It looks good. So what caused it? Were you shaving and you said, you know what? I'm just doing it.
Yeah, I was ready for it because it was getting a little bushy on the cheeks, which I don't like because it makes your face look fat. I don't want a fat face.
No.
So I usually just trim down and keep the beard, a tight beard. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go stash. I'm going to see what's under there.
All right. See, that's what matters. I like it.
It's very Cliff Clavin.
I like it. I really like it. Andrea, mine lasted about 30 seconds. Because I was shaving, and I was like, oh, wouldn't this be funny to see how I look? And I showed it to her. She's like, no, get rid of that fucking thing.
You looked dashing.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Eddie. Thank you,
But Tracy was not a fan either.
What the fuck?
I walked out of the bathroom, and her and Colton were both taken aback by it. And I stuck to my guns, and they said, go shave that off. I'm like, I'm not.
Did you get your gun instead?
I got a knife. I didn't get a gun. I got a knife. Because if I'm going to murder them, I'm going to do it quietly.
Right, and that's true.
I don't have a silencer.
So you basically let them know Papa means business.
Yeah, and I'm not going to ruin a pillow.
No. You're going to buy another one. So did you put the knife to Stanley, Colton, Tracy? Who did you?
I had 2 knives, and I held them both up against the wall, knives to their throat, and I was stepping on Stanley.
So you were ready.
Like a man.
You were going to manly trifecta this. You were ready.
I could have ended all 3 in one just slice step, and then I just could have been free with a mustache.
That's great. Look at that. And but now you got to take shit because you're a good person, Eddie.
Yeah.
So you just threaten them, but you pull back.
The mustache, you just keep going with it, and eventually everyone accepts it.
They just have to.
Yeah.
I tried it once before, a mustache.
Yeah.
Similar.
It's like what Sheriff Black Bart says in Blazing Saddles. Once you establish yourself,
that's it.
They've got to accept you.
They have to accept you. Well, I walked into a bookstore I worked at, and 3 employees just burst out laughing. They were so I was like, okay, I'm never doing this again.
But they don't laugh the next day, and if they do, they don't laugh the 3rd day, and if they do, they eventually stop laughing at something.
It's on them. At 4th day, it's on them. They're just assholes, right?
Yeah, that's who you are. They accept it.
I might do this.
I may never shave this. I don't know.
I don't think you should now.
I like it. I look a little bit like Johnny Ringo from Tombstone.
You look a lot like an offensive coordinator. Is what you look a whole lot. Like that offensive coordinator they keep cutting to when the team's losing. Like, this guy should be the coach. This guy might be, like that kind of thing.
You need like a pencil.
Yeah, that's it.
And just call plays.
Right, that's it. There it is. You look like the guy they keep cutting to when the team's having a bad year, and everyone wants you to take over. That's what
Bill. I'm Bill Musgrave.
Yeah,
but with hair.
By the way, can we talk about the tragedy?
Yeah. What?
Tim Tebow cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ooh.
Right. So does he now moves on to pro basketball, right?
Has to. The Lord's going to take him somewhere. That was. Do you think did Urban Meyer know what he was doing? Like, was that his way of saying there's no favorites here? He knew he was going to cut him, so he brings his boy in, and then he cuts him, and everyone's like, oh shit, if he's cutting his fucking guy, boy.
Do you think he would do that to Tebow? Do you think he would bring him in just to cut him? Or did he bring him in to go, I would, absolutely. But do you think he would have brought him in? You didn't think he was like, let me just see if he can do it?
How do you not know after day 1 of practice? You saw those blocks, right, that everyone was making fun of? That happens in practice. There's no way he was just blowing dudes up in practice, and they're like, what happened in the game? There's no fucking way. That was. I mean, man.
I was shocked he couldn't pick. I mean, I guess those guys that transitioned from pro basketball, like the forwards, like Antonio Gates, the guys that were college basketball players, transition to the pro game. You're used to going in there and throwing bodies around when you're in the paint and stuff. You're used to knocking bodies like that.
I think it's because he's not supposed to take a hit.
Yeah.
That's what he's been trained his whole career, right?
As a quarterback. To avoid all contact.
As a quarterback, you can't have, so he's just fucking, now he's going to slam into it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I'm shattered.
I'm shattered because I kneel for Tebow.
I kneel. So Cody gave us the thumbs up.
On Shang Chi?
Yeah, he saw it. Cody saw Shang Chi, and he liked it.
Wow.
There it is.
I'm excited.
He says when it's a kung fu movie, it's fucking awesome. He just wished it would have went full-on kung fu movie, which we all know since it's Marvel.
It can't. It's got to Marvel. It's got to tie into other Marvel stuff.
Right. But he says when it's kung fu, woo!
I mean, it looks like that from the trailer. When you see the kung fu stuff in the trailer, you're like, oh, this could be an awesome kung fu movie.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see it in like 8 months when it's out on Blu-ray.
No, dude, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to live stream it for you.
Thank you.
I want to bootleg it for you when I go.
I don't know. We got to find like a day. I got to try to go.
Look,
you know what I mean?
We'll go at like 1 p.m. a week after it's released.
Right. There's going to be 8 people.
There'll be nobody in the theater. Trust me. Nobody will be in there at like 1 p.m. We go matinee time. Maybe we'll even go like hit at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
We'll get in there. We'll get in there.
There'll be nobody at 10.
There'll be nobody in there.
Jerking off.
Wear 3 masks.
Yep.
You'll be fine. Somebody will be jerking off. Probably one of us.
Will be, definitely. Both of us. Vehemently.
Now,
vehemently jerking off. Can you vehemently jerk off? I guess.
I have.
We've done it.
I've done it.
If you can or can't.
Now, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings before we started the show.
By taking a shit?
I apologize. You texted me, send me the link for StreamYard.
Send this link so we can rock it, so we can PD it. So we can PD it.
Right, and if you listen to yesterday's Ramble Radio, you know
what I'm up against.
You know the journey you've been through the last couple weeks. That, your asshole right now is under construction. It's no longer in service. You're shitting into
like Creed, my sacrifice. That's what I'm going to.
So you texted me today, hey, send me the link, and I'm sitting on. I was like, hey, don't get mad, but I'm finishing up a Borgnine right now.
It hurt.
I didn't even think about it. Once I sent it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. You haven't taken a dump in a long time.
It would have been. It's the equivalent of you saying, hey, I made it work with your ex right now. Like that, you know what I mean?
I'm like, fucking your ex right now.
I'm busy making
it work. We'll podcast in a minute.
Right. I'm busy making it work. By the way, we're still deadlocked at our positive reviews. Heroes Watcher from February, Eddie.
With your cancer, that hasn't gotten more sympathy.
But when it comes to 5-star ratings, we're at 122. Now we're at $1.24, babe.
$1.24, babe.
$1.24. $1.24, pal.
Mustache sells it.
Mustache. See.
$1.24.
If you, oh man, if you say anything in the hundreds with buck whatever with that mustache, who's stopping?
That's about $2. $2. $3-4.
Colton, I can't get you a PS5. That's $6 right there, pal. $6.
That's 6 large.
6 large. You ever think? And I might offend some ramblers with this, but everyone talks about the greatest trick the devil ever pulled, right?
Yeah.
You ever think the greatest trick, if there is a devil that it pulled, was convincing anyone that people from Boston are interesting? I think that, boy, have we just overrated the fuck out of that fucking city. I'm so sick of all those Sam, you called you from Boston commercial. They all talk stupid. It's one of the dumbest accents fucking ever. Sorry. And then the people who aren't from there, when they go somewhere else, boy, do they play that up, that accent.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's like when I moved here, I'm like, boy, I tell you, it's in and out's okay, but it ain't no Whataburger. Like, I would never do that.
No,
but
they do.
Someone says it from Boston, like, hey, you bastard, Gloucester, Worcester. It's like, fuck off. Anyway.
And then you'll see him another time, and this accent's gone.
It's gone.
And then you'll see him another time, like, why'd it come back?
It's like the hat, like 90% of them are racist. So why are we overrating this fucking shithole? Anyway, just maybe, you know what? I think it was a small time I lived in New York. I already had this, like, man, fuck Boston. You know what I mean? Like, I
went to film school with a kid from Boston, and we hung out all the time. We became good friends.
Sure.
We were together, like, best friends, making films together in film school. And the thing I found out about Boston guys is, besides being just angry at everything, for being alive, it's like Johnny Ringo from Tombstone. He's just angry for being born.
Got that chip. He's mad he was born.
He's angry for being. He's got a hole in him that he just can't fill. They also have opinions about everything, and that's what makes them people. That gives everyone the impression that they're interesting because they have an opinion about every single thing.
Yep, there it is. Eddie, right. And they preface it with dude, so people think they're important.
Dude. They have an impression. They have an opinion about fucking everything.
It's so true.
You can never bring anything up and they go, I don't fucking care. Who cares?
Right. They have to have an opinion, no matter what. No matter what. What do you think? Like, isn't that weird how tennis players, like, kind of do the little thing on their tennis rackets in between? They'll talk for 30 minutes about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Who gives a shit why tennis players do that little thing with the strings on the tennis racket?
Dude, paper clips. How about paper clips? Am I right? Fucking for hours.
Can I ask you this? All right. Let's switch gears now. Johnny Ringo. Is that Michael Bihn's finest hour?
My favorite role of his. A lot of people go to Terminator or
Hicks.
he was also in the. Was he in the Abyss?
He was in the Abyss. He was Coffee. He was a psycho, the cutter guy, right? He was the psycho dude. Great in Aliens, of course.
Great in Aliens. Great in Terminator. Johnny Ringo is my favorite. All right, Lunger. Like, it was just
least favorite, The Rock. He was a little too
underutilized.
Over the top. Yes, they just had him for that one big speech. Then he gets all shot up. It was dumb.
Yeah,
they wasted Michael Biehn in The Rock.
Yeah, you thought coming in he was going to be the guy.
Yes,
and then they Suicide Squatted him
right off the bat. That hurt. But dude, I thought some of his, like you said, Johnny. I love how he plays Johnny Ringo as like this. I hate the world, vengeance, just mad at everything. But the minute he sees Holiday, I love how scared he gets for that one son. This ain't your fight.
This ain't your fight.
Was that one moment.
Right, but then Val Kilmer's like, he's ready to go, and he's like, then you can see he just flips the switch. He's like, all right, Lunger. Like, he's all right,
let's fuck. I guess I'll die in a blaze of glory. Like, it's great. Fucking great. Oh, man. Fucking great. That was one of the last pre-Marvel pops in a theater, I think, was to the I'm Your Huckleberry. When you think it's Wyatt, and then you see the shadow, and it goes,
and that was actually, they actually pulled that off. I didn't see that coming.
Me neither. I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
That was dope as shit.
They pulled it off.
I thought when he was at Charlton Heston's.
If they're going to get him, they're going to have to come through me. Well, that shouldn't be a problem because you're 90. You're 90. And there's 1,000 of them.
But I thought that was going to be his death. I was like, I remember he died. I thought maybe they're going to switch up he's bedridden, you know? Yeah. I thought that was it. Tremendous. That was so good. And I apologize to any Bostonian ramblers. I'm not saying you guys suck.
Who cares?
I'm just saying, like, why does everybody think they're so full? Like, why does every commercial have to have a bot? Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember when Dish TV, the Hoppa? It's the hot. It's like what this. It's like this much of the fucking planet that you're fucking using for your fucking commercial. You know, I would have been just as annoyed if it was a redneck family. You know what I mean?
All right.
Why are we doing this? Like, you're fucking zeroing in on that much of the fucking population.
Who cares?
It's fucking, oh, God. It's fucking maddening. It's fucking maddening. Should I just sing a song, Eddie?
I guess. No emails, no nothing.
Oh, we have all that.
Oh, we have all that. Oh, we should do that after the intro.
Should we do the intro, even though we don't have the song? Should I just be like, wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head, got an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed. Well, I mean, already, you have a picture.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'm going. Only God knows where I've been. Oh. Devil on the Run, a 6-gun lover, Eddie. A candle in the wind.
A candle in the wind.
We know everything about this guy now.
Is that better used in that song than it was for Diane?
Elton John, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because when you think of candles in the wind, it's either Princess Diana, Marilyn Monroe, or Billy the Kid. Those are the three. Those are the three candles in the wind that you think.
But Billy the Kid first.
Billy the Kid first because of that song. When you brought in, you know the great line? They say you're born in sin. Well, at least they gave me something. I didn't have to steal, I have to win. How mad was Bob Dylan when he heard that?
That's why he didn't record anything for a while, right?
Right.
That was what I heard.
How many guitars did he set on fire out of anger when he heard that? Like,
I don't know if this is true.
This is how you write a song.
I don't know if this is true, but he actually, this is a rumor I heard. He took a ball-peen hammer and smashed all of his knuckles because he thought he was never going to play again.
I heard it's amazing. Would you blame him after hearing Blaze of Glory?
No.
I mean, I'll be damned if I'm ever going to try to
I'm
write a poem
surprised. I'm surprised any song was ever written again.
Ever written after that? Close the door on songs. The Beatles were lucky they got in before Blaze of Glory, right? I mean, the Beatles are so lucky they got in the door before Blaze of Glory. Was that it? Does any music matter?
No.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam. They all would kill to have written that, don't you think? I wonder if Kurt Cobain never heard that song, and then he heard it and was like, well, boom, that's it. I'm not writing anything that good.
You have to maybe think.
He was just bored at home. He thought, let me see Young Guns 2. I never saw that one. Pops it in, and then that song comes on. He's like, that's it. Bam. What am I going to do? Pearl Jam. They're like, okay, guys, fuck it, Ticketmaster. You know what I mean? Like, let's just go after Ticketmaster. We have no options. We have nothing.
Let's not think about music anymore.
Yeah,
let's just
we're
worry
just
about
gonna fucking attack Ticketmaster. It's a smart move.
Smart move.
Oh man.
I mean, I heard Prince spent his whole life trying to recreate
recreate Blaze of Glory.
Until it just drove him into absolute madness and
painkillers.
Just so many painkillers to try to suppress the anger.
Amazing.
What if they found a note in Prince's vault saying this is...
How quick did his family burn that? Like, okay, that's okay. Shit, no one could ever know this.
The biggest regret I have in my musical career is I could never top Blaze of Glory.
By Bon Jovi. By John Bon Jovi. Wasn't even the band. It was solo.
Well, that band couldn't have kept together for that.
You imagine them trying to help out? They probably would have ruined it.
No, absolutely.
What's Tico Torres going to bring to that?
Nothing.
What's Alex Von Sook going to bring to that? What's the other guy? The guitarist. Shit, I got blanked on his name. Richie Sambora.
What's Richie
Sambora going to do?
No.
Fuck out of here.
A jewel like that just needs one cutter. Just one.
Cutter. That's it.
You don't need any more kitchens in the shop or chefs in the kitchen.
Think he wrote that in like 5 minutes?
I think he improvised it as it was happening. I don't think any thought went into that song whatsoever. I think he was just pulling random words out of his head.
Oh, shit. By the way, we got another email from Dave Thomas's Ghost.
Oh.
Ghost Dave Thomas.
He's a weekly listener.
He is. Boys, hearing you laugh and seeing you smile about my biggie shits has warmed my ghost heart and made my day, which in the afterlife can feel like years. I understand that the next episode addressing the stall's already in the can, but I do hope the following nomination session addresses my petition to be recognized. Roach, I trust you. Pence, I trust you and Pence will do the right thing. I realize I haven't mentioned Cody in my ghost emails to date, but if someone is too young to likely remember my world-dominating Where's the Beef ad campaign, then I typically wouldn't fuck with them, even with Willow's dick. Oh, my.
Wow.
I wouldn't fuck with it. Wow. Jeez.
Wow.
The Colonel also possibly being considered. I agree that he should be, but if it somehow came down between him and I need to tell you that I will finish the fucking game. Well, that reference alone puts him over. That
Right.
stupid bullshit string tie of his will become the instrument of his second Kentucky Fried demise. Quicker than you could say, make it a biggie-sized combo of death, Ghost Dave Thomas. I don't want to speak ill of a fellow dead fast food magnate, but seriously, fuck not only the Colonel, but fuck his wife, too. The Colonel might have been the ranking officer in the KFC Army, but it was his wife of his that led all of the privates, led them right into every entry and exit of the Sanders property. If you can taste the spicy chili, I'm stirring for you here. These are shots, Eddie. These are shots being fired. Are you...
Not even over the bow, just right into the
there.
hull of the ship.
Right there. On that note, I feel like I need to say that I was a cool motherfucker while I was alive, and I'm even more liberated and enlightened in my afterlife. I'm sex positive. Do not want to slut shame anyone. However, people thought Mrs. Sanders was a travel enthusiast because she was always talking about how much she loved blowing the town. Wow. Boys, the bitch never went anywhere. Wow. Again, I need to apologize for a lot of this kind of talk. Is not really Dave's way, but I'm just Biggie-sized passionate about taking my rightful place in the stall. Biggie love, Ghost. Dave Thomas. Hey, guys, Caleb Zane.
Caleb.
It's been a while since I last wrote in. I'm visiting California soon. I'm hoping to meet at least one famous person. I know examples include Mark Hamill, Eddie Pence, Jerry Rocha, etc. I'm hoping to at least find 2 action figures while traveling because the Ohio stores are usually lacking. Anyways, before I do the list thingies, I got to talk Masters of the Universe. I hadn't watched the original Masters, and I thought I wouldn't like it, but wow, has the new Masters of the Universe Revelations changed my mind.
Whoa.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, In Your House. I've been watching the In Your House pay-per-views on Peacock. It's the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels era of WWE, which I feel is supremely underrated. I think the best main event from those shows was Michaels versus Diesel right before Nash left for WCW. Michaels did such a great job trying to showcase shoot heat after the match was over. It appeared that Shawn was very upset about Kevin leaving. It was a brutal, hard-hitting match. It all felt like a shoot. Attitude Era before the Attitude Era. Their overarching storyline was a great one as well. Good friends, bitter enemies, better enemies is how it was billed. Check it if you haven't. The curtain call wasn't on a pay-per-view. That was a house show.
No, it was a house show in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was at the Garden, the infamous curtain call.
Yeah.
And he says Scarface, one of the most overrated films ever. Not a Brian De Palma guy at all, and that film got way too much love after its release. I've had discussions with several people about this film, but how do you feel about it? Well, it's being Latino, it's my Wizard of Oz. I saw that when I was like 4. So I've always been a fan. In fact, I'm only saying this because she's right here and she knows I'm joking. But every time we visit the doctor, I look at Andres. I can't even have a little kid with her, man. I always do. Her womb is so polluted. I can't even have a fucking little kid with her, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's what you guys aspire to be, right?
Yes.
Scarface.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Pacino and Scarface. But I mean, like, for me, you know what puts Scarface over for me though I mean, there would be no Razor Ramon without "Say goodnight to the bad guy." Yeah. That's an all-time monologue.
Yeah.
You people, you're fucking scared to. You know me? I always tell the truth, even when I lie. That was fucking great.
I mean, if you get
to the bad guy,
no Scarface, no Razor Ramon, no Scott Hall, no NWO, probably.
No NWO.
No Monday Night Wars.
No Monday Night Wars. So I'm just saying, Dustin, you're talking about wrestling.
Right.
You need Scarface.
If you don't have Scarface, you don't have one half of the NWO.
And you're fucked.
You're fucked. The outsiders are not a thing. Because there's no Scott Hall.
There's no third man. There's nobody.
Yeah, because Scott Hall never makes it in WWE without the Razor Ramon gimmick.
Right.
And without him being over in WWE, he doesn't get the big contract to go to WCW.
Right.
So you don't, and that
all goes back to Brian De Palma.
And then you have NWO. You don't have the Monday Night Wars. You don't have Stone Cold Steve Austin McMahon because that never comes about.
Never has to happen.
Because WCW never competes and takes over.
There's no curtain call.
There's no Montreal Screwjob.
Right. There's no Montreal Screw. There's no curtain call. So maybe he just keeps giving Triple H the push. And, you know, he punished Triple H because Triple H was going to win King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, yeah.
And then the curtain call screwed that. It all goes back to Scarface.
I don't think you have 90s Attitude Era wrestling, Monday Night Wars without Scarface.
So, I'm sorry, Chico, but Scarface is not overrated. It's dude, the way F. Murray Abraham gets it in the helicopter, that alone, fucking tremendous.
Its effect on pop culture alone makes it one of the all-time.
Oh, Dust Rush with the yayo. Hush, got the yayo. And then, Eddie, to take it to the limit. What a fucking montage song. We're the best, we're gonna win it. That fucking push it to the limit. With the fucking money counting, and he's got the pet tiger and all that shit. Come on. Todd Chisholm, hey Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Sorry I've been MIA from emailing in, but just to let you know, I've been saying, and I've still been saying current and listening to every episode on the drive. I've just been extremely busy with work. Haven't been able to get answers in on time. That's okay. Plus, even though it's August, now I'm already gearing up for Halloween season. Building mazes for the local. Oh, that's awesome. Plus, a workout which Eddie and his family got to experience last year.
Very cool. Very cool.
Haunted house, man. You guys are welcome to come out this season too. If you're down, just let me know. But glad you guys are back after the hiatus. That you're doing good, Jerry. Thank you. So here are my submissions. Thank you. Colin Mags. It's got to be different, right? Because Mags is his own name. Would they say Magsy? Magsy?
Magsy?
Magsy?
Magsy?
Magsy? Because if his name was like Colin Mag something,
Magnum.
It'd be
If
Mags.
he was Magnum, and we call him Mags.
Mags. But now that he's Mags.
Magsy?
Magsy?
I like Magsy. Let's go Magsy.
Hey, guys, great to see you back. You're doing okay. I'm pleased that you're kicking cancer's ass. Thank you, man. But remember that you're having experimental treatment. You're having a long perforated tube slit up your arse, and Eddie plays through Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon on his harmonica down the tube. The power of Eddie and Floyd destroying cancer cells while you jerk off to episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger to purge toxins from your bloodstream.
It could happen.
It sounds amazing. Well, we should try it. I don't know why you have to wear a Cowboys cheerleader outfit whilst you do it. Well, that's Eddie's call. After the Loki WandaVision scene sync, I wonder what two scenes would you mash together, like when Sharon Stone does leg crossing bit in Basic Instinct. Instead of her pussy on the show, it cuts to the face melting Nazis from Raiders of the Lost Ark. What do you guys think? I think there could be so many parodies
of matching up scenes.
Or just that one. Just we've crossed the threshold. You know, like it could be Booger going very immense penises, and then we've crossed the threshold.
Or the crying game reveal.
The crying game reveal, we've crossed the threshold. What else could we? It could be.
We've got Bush.
We've got Bush. We've crossed the threshold. That'd be amazing. I mean, Loki's even more over, I think. Right?
Yeah, especially if that was the event that split the multiverse. We've got Bush.
Do you know karate? No. Good. Put the underwear over his head. We've crossed the threshold. I could see it. I could see it. I don't know. I'm in.
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. We got Bush. God. Booger's still but does Ogre get a little credit from almost stealing Booger's thunder?
Well, I don't know if you don't have Ogre there to be the big giant heavy.
Right.
I don't know if any of those guys get the same thunder that they have.
That's true. So
he's literally nerd, and then he has this big transformation, which is one of the greatest acting reveals I've ever seen on film. Is the transition?
And they made us wait 2 movies.
Right. Well, you don't want to give all that away in the first movie. Where do you go the second movie?
Where do you exactly? It's like Bray Wyatt. You've set him on fire. What do you do now?
Right. Like so in the second movie, you have one of the greatest transitions of all time of any character.
Brilliant.
Of Ogre going from nerd, from jock to nerd.
It's true.
Because you've seen it a million times, nerd to jock. That story's been told.
Oh, it's a billion. We don't need that. Now we have this.
But this is, Travolta tried to pull off the jock to nerd, the cool guy to nerd in Grease at the end. Didn't really work.
Didn't work. No. Ogre was way better.
But Ogre going from jock to nerd,
and that
never
just
been done.
finalized the nerd roster.
Yeah,
that's that. I mean, talk about a missing piece. Like
that was it. What's
stopping them now?
That was their Clyde Drexler to Olajuwon.
That was no offense, but that was their Charles Haley. They get that guy, and that's it. Like, okay, well, bye.
Right. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant to Golden State. There it is. Graham and Faye, greetings from the Great White North, fellow Ramblers. F the intros. We have more things on the docket. I'm skipping straight to Good Willow Punting, Millennial Falcon, Jerry J. I know I didn't have time last week to get much transmission, but you glossed over the one thing I did send in. I forgot, it was a sequel to Commando, a trailer for an indie-produced sequel to Commando, Evil Commissioner, What the Serious Fuck, Chemotherapy, Fever Dream, Nope, Radiation Therapy, Induced Dementia, Nope, yes, you heard it correct, it's a sequel to Commando. And it's complete with Vernon Wells reprising his role as Bennett. I guess he was able to get the steam back into his life.
Bennett lived from that shot?
I saw part of the trailer. I think it's like a comedy because like the whole time he's walking around with the pipe in him and like the steam's still coming out, you know.
One of those movies.
One of those. Sadly, due to I'm sure scheduling conflicts, it does not appear that Arnold nor Alyssa Milano were available to reprise their roles for the sequel. Johnny Matrix and his grown-up daughter are still the protagonists. It looks like a magical steaming pile of fuzzy putrid green cement fromage that has been stuck to the bottom of a theater seat, which hasn't been cleaned in a few decades. It may be the crossover that finally connects Good Willow Punting with Millennial Falcon. Holy hell. Cody might even be energized enough to watch Willow and then the upcoming series. Who knows? After this, anything is possible. I'll have to send you that link to the trailer. Michael Miller says, hope all is well. Sorry I haven't written in a while. My 98-year-old grandma's chest took a turn, and she ended up in the hospital for a few days. They released her, but when she got her home, we discovered that one of the medications the hospital gave her was causing hallucinations and paranoia. Jesus.
Oh, God.
Fuck, I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
Sorry
she kept
about that,
seeing
Michael.
people outside the house trying to break in and get her. A strange young woman sitting in a chair across the room grinning at her. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's creepy as shit.
And a small pepper shaker-sized turkeys everywhere. Basically, my aunt and I had to guide Grandma through what more or less amounted to a bad acid trip. The
Oh, my
following
God.
day, I thought we were going to lose her. She slept for a better part of 24 straight hours, and then boom, she was sitting up and talking and laughing with everyone. More than a week later, I have to say Grandma's 100% now. Thank the maker.
Awesome.
That's
Good
awesome.
news.
I could, real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to my son Caleb, who we just heard from.
Caleb!
This week, he's leaving to drive from Ohio to California with his mom and her man friend guy, who'll be gone almost 2 weeks. I'm sure going to miss his goofy ass, always screaming at the Xbox and leaving soda cans all over his bedroom and rambling on about video games and Sonic the Hedgehog and whatnot. Hope you have a lot of fun out there, kid. Okay, and now it's entry time. So we go. So we'll go with the hat. What hat would they wear? Boom. Fictional weapon. Was this easy or hard for you, Eddie?
Well, I didn't know if I wanted to go joke fictional weapon or do what I thought was the great fictional weapon.
Great. I went great. I thought about joke, but I went great. Great. Caleb Zane says the greatest fictional weapon of all time would most likely be the lightsaber because it can easily cut through anything except Beskar, and the only minus would be cutting yourself into. The Hall of Fame, the American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, fictional weapon Hall of Fame, Wolverine's claws. That's a good one.
Okay.
Todd Chisholm, honorable mention, the Darksaber from the Mandalorian, but the hat goes to the Proton Pack from Ghostbusters. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Magsies.
That
was Todd Chisholm. Magsy. For me, it's got to be the lightsaber for its cultural impact, plus it looks cool. Close second is that weird 5-bladed throwing knife thing from Kroll. Terrible film and a completely impractical weapon, but it looked cool. Graham and Faye. Hammer of the Gods, Space Wizard laser swords, knights pulling sharp sticks out of rocks in a forest, Buck Rogers ray guns, arms of spring-loaded knuckle knives, the USCM M56A2 smart gun for when you absolutely positively have to kill every xenomorph in the room except no substitutes. Private Vasquez, let's rock! I will say the machine guns in Aliens are still the coolest machine guns in movie history, I think.
Did you see the Hasbro Pulse just put out
the Nerf one?
The Nerf version of it.
How great is that? Oh,
so cool.
Fuck, awesome. Michael Miller, Hall of Fame. It's got to be the Death Star. I mean, you saw what it can do. It can destroy as much of the little planet as you want to. Just want the dude on the Towers app. You got it, boss. Destroy the entire planet. You say, sure thing, boss. And besides being a weapon, it's a vehicle capable of traveling through hyperspace. It's housing for you and over 600,000 of your closest friends. And I hear they have a killer Disney store there where all the hard-to-find Marvel Legends figures and all the rare Black Series figures warm the pegs at retail prices.
Gotta go there.
Yes, sounds like heaven. Yes, sir, I'll take the Death Star. # make the Empire great again. Sean Williams, hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody, unless he's at another baseball game. He is. Hall of Fame weapon hat, without question, goes to the lightsaber. Growing up, there was no fictional weapon I wanted more than that one. Honorable mention goes to the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. Joe Capone. Hall of Fame hat for me. Joe, you can call me Al. Was that right?
You can call me Al Capone. Yes.
Joe, you can call me Al Capone. Hat game for the fictional weapon that goes in the Hall of Fame is the dragon head ivory hilt katana from the Highlander film that Ramirez claimed was made for him by the master Japanese swordsmith Masamune in 593 BC, over 800 years before such weaponry was commonly used. This is tough, Eddie.
It's very tough. It's very tough.
For me, I had to go to the first one. I went Excalibur.
Okay.
There's no other. That was it. That was the first one, wasn't it? Probably that, right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Lightsabers are up there. Heck, Han Solo's blaster's up there.
I picked the DL-44 blaster, Han Solo's blaster.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's what I picked. Just because it may not be the most. It's definitely not the most powerful weapon. It's just my favorite weapon.
It's the coolest.
You know.
Next ramble. What song from a video game goes in the video game song Hall of Fame? That's a tough one. What main song? Ooh.
How do you beat out Mario?
That's tough.
Dude.
Tough. That's
shit. Everybody knows that.
Everyone.
That transcended the game.
Happy. Makes you instantly happy.
Yes.
I don't know. Open, close, and encore. Oh, still lovely. Look at that. Still brilliant. Judas Priest. Was this easy for you, man?
It was, wasn't too bad.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah. Caleb Zane says, hellbent for leather. You got another thing coming, breaking the law. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs.
Coming.
Opens, you got another thing coming, breaking the law, living after midnight. Todd Chisholm.
Breaking the law.
Open with Necromancer. Close with Breaking the Law. Encore with Painkiller. Second encore with Brink, and in this moment singing Black Wedding. Okay. Magsy, you open with Breaking the Law. Close with Living After Midnight. Encore, Better by You, Better Than Me. Ooh. Graham and Faye, Breaking the Law. You close with Screaming for Vengeance. Encore, Some Heads Are Going to Roll. Michael Miller, open with Electric Eye. Close with Turbo Lover. Encore with Hellbent for Leather. Sean Williams, Judas Priest, opens with Living After Midnight. Closes with You Got Nothing Coming. And then encores with Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. Joe Capone, the Hellion, Electric Eye. Headed Out to the Highway. Encore when the night comes down. Eddie, what do you have open and close encore with?
I open with Breaking the Law. Because I think the place goes nuts.
Yeah.
And then I close with Painkiller, and then I encore, You've Got Another Thing Coming.
So I have them open with Breaking the Law as well.
Okay.
Then I have them close with You've Got Another Thing Coming.
Okay.
And then they encore with Living After Midnight. Living After Midnight.
I like it.
That's what I got.
That's good shit.
It's a great concert. Next Ramble, the Steve Miller Band.
Oh.
What would the Steve Miller Band open, close, and encore with?
I like it.
Here we go. I'm reading books and playing video games. Okay. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Todd Chisholm. Jizzy? Chiz? But that's too much like jizz.
Chizzy?
Chiz is... No, we can't do that. Todd Chisholm.
Zummy?
Zums. I'm back playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm back to playing Grand Theft Auto 5, doing the tuner update for fun with my son, and racing and tricking out the cars. It's amazing how long ago this game's originally came out. They're still putting updates on it. And also reading Tammy's Guide to the Ghost Hunting by Zach Bagans, because me and my wife are getting our equipment together, because we actually been experiencing stuff, and we actually want to go in and do investigations for ourselves. And Eddie, we still got to get at his museum in Vegas with the wife.
I know. I want to go.
Wait, whose museum?
Zach
the Ghost
Bagans?
Adventures guy?
Yeah. He's got a house in Vegas, but the house isn't haunted. It's just filled with all these haunted artifacts that he's collected from all these different places.
I don't know if I buy that.
I don't buy it, but I want to go. I want to go.
I want to believe.
I don't believe it. I want to go. I had my friend who lives in Vegas who works there, and he's been there twice, and he said both times on the final exhibit, he gets physically ill and has to leave. He can't go all the way into the room.
Whoa.
So I don't know.
Does Bagans live in the house?
No, I don't think so.
Is he just there like cooking lunch and shit?
He's just making shit, jerking off, taking shits.
Oh, man.
So I don't know.
If you go, I want to know about this.
Yeah.
Graham and Faye, so I put down Enter the Gungeon dime bag, and sure enough, while I was reaching for the Outer Worlds, I made the mistake of picking up that PS4 control, booted up Spider-Man to see if it updated to the remastered version. Spoiler, it did not. I'm now currently 72% through the game in New Game Plus mode, a.k.a. if you finish the game completely before, you can replay the entire game at max difficulty, but you start the game with all your maxed out goodies unlocked. It's surprisingly fun, as you can approach the entire game with a whole new arsenal of web-slinging fun.
Ooh.
And what better way to replay the game than with the Into the Spider-Verse suit? Middle Ages, out-of-shape Peter Parker is my spirit animal. Yeah, that's a good one. Thwip. Michael S. Miller, the only thing I've had time to read lately is literature the hospital sent home with Grandma and all the warning labels from CVS. I do plan on making time to play a little Friday the 13th game with Caleb on the Xbox once he gets to California. Should be fun. We haven't played in a while. It's a fun one. Nice. Sean Williams, first time doing this category, but I got the Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Mega Man Legacy Collection, and the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. Great ones. And Blast from the Past with this one, South Park, The Stick of Truth. Books I got that I haven't started yet, Transformers, A Covenant of Primus, Ready Player 2, and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. Nice. Joe Capone, 3 of 6 Mystic Spirit statues have been recovered in my Saturday Night Illusion of Gaia replay. Honestly, don't know what amuses me more, replaying classic games from my past or extremely bad voice acting. 12 of 3 going into the final regular season game against Dallas in the season 13 of Tecmo Super Bowl 3 2019 roster mod update. Then back to the playoffs where I clinched my first round bye when I snagged my 12th consecutive NFC East title. We'll let you know next week if I successfully repeat as Super Bowl champions or hashtag fuck Kirk Cousins. Five and 4 on the Tecmo Super Bowl Thursday night fan ball stream after losing to the Cowboys, Eagles, Bucks, and Washington football team. Got back on track this Thursday, getting our win back over Philly. Come hang out every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and pick all my plays on offense and defense. Twitch.tv/Caponis, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, community stream. Tuesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, community stream, 7 p.m. Eastern. Other days when I feel like it. Right now, I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles, the definitive edition. It's fucking great. I finished the Outer Worlds DLC. That was fucking great. Still rocking Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man Miles, the Spider-Man PS5 remastered DLC. And there we go. Eddie, what are you playing?
I'm not playing anything right now. I'm not doing anything right now.
That is okay.
Yeah.
That's damned okay.
It's okay. It's not great.
It's not awful, though, either.
No.
That's the good part. It's... Here we go. It's the time of the show where we rank the top 5. Caleb Zane. Spoiler warnings. Number 5, the death of Orco. Number 4, forging of the power sword. Number 3, the death of He-Man second time. Number 1, the death of He-Man the first time. And number 2. And number 1, Skeletor becomes the master of the universe. We'll have fun and ramble on. Caleb, we have a great time out here in L.A., buddy.
Yeah.
Hope you have a damn blast.
You're not going to find any action figures out here. The stores are shitty here, too.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Actually, you should go to Toys versus Games over in Long Beach.
That's in Long Beach, yeah.
It's your best bet.
Yeah, probably.
Skeletor, American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Skeletor and He-Man die in the first episode. Number 4, the entire Hell episode. Number 3, Adam leaves heaven knowing he can't return. Number 2, Skeletor reveals his evil plan and kills Adam. Number 1, Skeletor becomes the master of the universe. There was a point to their deaths that Optimus Prime and Cobra Commander didn't have in their films. I had no issue with it here, even if you never saw them again. I thought the story was compelling. I know this is going to continue, but I'm happy with how this ends. Todd Chisholm, Zums. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to watch the Master Universe, so I have to pass on this until then. I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for still bringing the funny when you're able to, because I know it's going to be hard dealing with what Jerry is going through, because I had to deal with it with my mom and dad going through that. Unfortunately, I got the it got the best of them, but we're all pulling for you. Thank you, man. You're going to kick the shit out of this fucking thing. I appreciate it. Also, hope you and Eddie enjoy the McGruff tracks I was able to rip for you. Yes, I'm going to send those to Eddie and Cody soon. Thank you.
He sent them to me, too.
Oh, good. Thank you, Cody, for bringing that to our attention, because that was fucking gold. Thanks again, gentlemen, and ramble the fuck on. Todd C, a.k.a. DJ Retod, Meth Central of the High Desert.
Magsies.
And Zums. Magsies, number 5, Orco having a point and actually not being an annoying prick.
Right?
Number 4, I know. Actual combat, not just wrestling and rolling into people to knock them over. The Preternia segment. Number 2, splitting of the swords, bringing back that part of the lore, plus expanding on the history of Grayskull, etc. Number 1, Lena Headley is Evil Lynn. Perfect casting. Well, that's all I got for this week. Take care, everyone. Magsies. Graham and Faye. I was always more of a G.I. Joe Transformers Robotech fan at the time. He-Man fell more to my younger brothers. I was just a pinch past the Masters Universe heyday. Without having seen it all, I can completely agree with Eddie's take that this golden age of the nerdgasm that we currently live in, it seems to continuously be spoiled by the asshat internet trolls. I miss what used to be one of the most chill and fun communities. So with that in mind, I'll have to put the Rambler handbrake on, as I can't contribute to this one. Jerry's always keep kicking some cancerous arse, and soon enough you'll learn yourself a kung fu black belt in oncology. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Thank you, Ramble. That was from, I'm sorry, that was, yes, there we go. So Ramble Off, right? Graham and Faye, Winnipeg, eh? Thank you all very much. Michael Miller, thank you too for the kind words. And here we go with his picks. Evil Lynn, number 5. I was really starting to like you kids. And Beastman, good to have you back, my lord. Oh, how they quickly both reverted back to the old ways. Number 4, Stinkor getting his ass kicked. I'm sorry, but I could always hear when Stinkor spoke was Jay saying, "You're the ones who are the ball lickers," in Strikes Back. Adam's second death. Wow, I really did not see that coming. Holy shit, Skeletor. Number 2, Orco's sacrifice. I mean, come on. No, I'm not crying. You're crying. Number 1, every moment with Mark Hamill, of course. Mark Hamill's a goddamn national treasure, the absolute best. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Jared, keep fighting the good fight. Thank you, man. Eddie's excellent as always. Cody, thanks for the McGruff episode. The kid and I really got a kick out of it. Stay safe, everybody. #Ramble on. #Fight Jerry Fight. #Eddie for life. #Cody with the McWin. Sean Williams. I don't have the full list. I'm just going to get my number 1, which is Skeletor killing Prince Adam, taking the sword of Grayskull, and now he has He-Man's power. Who the hell's going to stop him? In 2002, Cartoon Network did a reboot of the Masters Universe. It was actually decent. Had an origin story for Skeletor. Animation was better. Cringer didn't talk, and it actually introduced the Snake Men in this one, and Skeletor was a super asshole. Ramble the fuck on. Fight, Jerry, fight. Thank you, man. And cancer, much like anti-mask and the anti-vaxxers, can fuck right the hell off, including Dak Prescott with his HIPAA excuse bullshit. When asked about the vaccine, sorry, Jerry, but Dak was being stupid as hell. He really was. Sean Williams, Santa Clarita, California. Rambler, soon to be author of 2 books. Fuck yeah. Joe Capone. They kill the protagonist and antagonist in the first episode in order to let the rest of the characters have their day in the sun. The He-Man fanboys hate it, but I think it gave the show some real heart and soul the original series lacked. Number 4, meeting the heroes of lore in Preternia. Number 3, Evil Lyn working with Teela to fight a common foe. Number 2, Orco's sacrifice. Number 1, in a cliffhanger episode, they kill the protagonist again in episode 5 and allow the antagonist to ascend to godhood. Marla Gibbs tribute or we riot. Fight, Jerry, fight. Fuck the Ramblers, go Giants, kiss rules, and all that jazz.
Ew, none of that.
Eddie, I'm going to piss you off with Ramble 291's top 5.
Oh, God.
We're doing Kiss songs.
Ew.
Come on.
Can they all be Crazy Nights?
Sure. Absolutely. It's your list. You can make it whatever you want.
Is it crazy, 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 crazy? It's a shitty song. Such a shitty.
I will say this. Gene Simmons had a pretty good tweet like yesterday, I think. Or the day, a couple days ago for the rant. He said, always follow your dreams. Don't listen to anyone else. And he posted a review that somebody wrote of a Kiss show in 1974. And the guy was like, the members of Kiss, I don't care who they are. I'm not going to bother knowing their names. Hopefully have a plan B, something like that, ready to go because they're not going to be in this band much. This band's not going to be around. And 3 years later, they're the biggest band on the planet. So, I mean.
These are crazy, 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 crazy nights.
Oh, so my number 5, He-Man getting killed off. What was your number 5?
My number 5 is, I know this kind of isn't a moment, but it was just sort of like, if you watch the old original series, they reused the same shots over and like just He-Man running was just used like 17 times in an episode.
Yep.
So of course they're not going to do the same animation, but it was just the animation in general. I love the animation of this series from beginning to end. The way it was, conceived, the way it was executed. Like I love the animation.
It was great. Yes. My number 4, Teela in Hell.
Oh, okay.
That was my number 4. I thought the Teela facing against her, facing her fears in hell was
That's great. And everybody facing their fears in hell.
Yeah.
And then my number 4 was when they split the swords, like we talked about earlier. Yeah. They brought that back in the lore because the original toys, they had the split swords.
They had the split.
Yep. Skeletor had the purple half, and He-Man had the gray half, and you'd have to get both characters to complete the power sword. That was never in the original cartoon.
No.
So I'm glad they incorporated that into the lore.
Was great. That was great. My number 3 was Any and All Things Moss Man. From him showing up to like the way that he's just like, I don't think he's dead. I think
he just goes wherever he wants to go. Yeah,
I think
wherever there's life, he's there.
It
seems.
Yeah. I thought that was great.
My number 3 was Merman not having an eye. I want to know what the fuck happened.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
How did Merman lose his eye?
The fuck happened? Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I mean, more to that point, I love how like all these characters that seemed in the original series were so submissive to Skeletor. Yes. They were all his henchmen. You see, like Merman, Merman rules the underwater world.
Like, this is my world. Fuck this guy.
This is my world. He's he's equals with Skeletor.
That was
in a way. I like seeing that aspect of the relationships of all these bad guys that we grew up with.
That was awesome. That was fucking great. My number 2, Orco's sacrifice.
Yeah. My number 2 was killing the protagonist and antagonist in the beginning, in the first episode. The bat. And you're like, oh fuck, what's happening? When I first was told that as a spoiler, I was like, I don't know about this.
This is not going to be good.
You're killing off the 2 main dudes. We're going to have a series here without Skeletor or He-Man.
You told me that. I'm like, well, this is going to suck.
I thought it was going to catch hell. I thought Kevin Smith was going to catch hell for this. And he obviously did by some angry fanboys. But
yes.
I was skeptical of it, and then I'm watching. I'm like, this is the best thing Kevin Smith has ever done.
Yeah, agreed. It was so good.
And then
so good.
Doing it again at the end, I didn't see Prince Adam getting stabbed like that. I don't know. I don't think he died.
I don't think he's dead, but
I don't think he's
cool
dead.
That they did that. That was.
But
like,
it was great. And then ending on Skella God. I mean, that's fucking amazing.
How fucking awesome!
So
was
good.
that?
So
and
good.
That's my number one. Is Skeletor winning?
Yeah.
Skeletor being like, nah, fuck this. I have the power.
Finally, after 40 years of Masters Universe, fucking Skeletor got the power sword.
He wins. What was your number one?
Orco having a point.
Oh, that was great. God, that was so good.
As much of a fan as I was of the original series when I was a kid, I hated Orco.
Oh, I hated him. Yes.
Cringer was 2, but Orco was number 1 of the most annoying characters ever created.
1,000%. And they made him awesome.
And they made both those characters great. And they made Orco a character like, fuck, the magic in Eternity is dying. He's getting weaker because he's connected to that magic.
That was so good.
So good. And then giving him a point, and obviously he's got to sacrifice himself to save everybody. It's so fucking
It was
so
amazing.
Good. So good.
Well, what a fucking ramble, Eddie. There we are. Look
right?
at that.
So good.
I think we knocked it out of the park. I'm just
we're the Orco of podcasting
yes,
right now.
Yes,
we have a point.
We have a point. Next ramble. What video game song goes on the Hall of Fame hat for video game music? What is the Steve Miller Band? Open, close, and encore. And I'm sorry, Eddie. Top 5 Kiss songs. Ramble at theramblepod.com.
It's a crazy, 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 crazy night.
Thank you all very much. We love you all very much. Stay safe out there. Don't make fucks out of us. And we will see you. We'll see you Friday with Cody. We can promise you that.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you next week for more Ramble Radios and more rambling. We love you guys. Stay safe. Take care. Adios a todos. Bye.